All right, I'm finally live again. All kind of issues, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start. So I'm gonna tell you about how I came into the metaphysical world. So I was on a dating site. This was back during COVID. So I want to say 2019, 20. And I came across a guy profile, and on his profile, he mentioned his life path number. So I was like, wow, life path, this sounds interesting. So, of course, I had to Google it and figure out more about it. And basically, it's numerology based off the time, the date. What happened? Look at the camera. I am looking at it. It was based off, I'm sorry, just got distracted. So it's numerology, which is based off your birthday, adding up the digits of your birthday, which we can go through later. But anyways, your life path number basically tell you what your path is in life and the path that you should go down. So once I read more about my life path number, I was like, wow, there is some truth to this. So I figured I would, get to know the guy better. And we went on our first date. And he said, oh, we're a perfect match. And he had looked up my astrology chart after finding out my date of birth, the time I was born, and where I was born at. And was like, oh, we're the perfect match. And so I said, wait, hold up. What do you mean we're the perfect match? I don't know anything about astrology. So I started reading up on astrology, and I started looking at my birth chart, and I come to find that there were a lot of truthful things in my birth chart. It was able to tell me things that, I couldn't believe that it was telling me things such as my family, about my career. And I was like, wow, there's some truth to this as well. So I want to get more into this and figuring out, where astrology came from, where is its foundation, its basis. And from there, it was just like going into Pandora's box. So I got into astrology. I actually got certified in astrology. I have a degree certificate in astrology. So I am a certified astrologist. I also started doing tarot cards, oracle readings. I got into Reiki, which is a type of energy healing. So it's something like when Jesus would touch people and they would be healed automatically, or, so Reiki is something like that. Um, I also started getting into pendulum readings, chakra readings, which chakra readings go into the Reiki as well. And so I just went into this big Pandora's box and just started learning different things and different techniques. So right now, I only have one viewer. I know, like I said, it's been some technical difficulties. So you can always, watch the replay, and maybe you're watching the replay right now. So I'm just going to go over a few tools that I have so that I can introduce you, like I said, to the metaphysical world. Um, if you happen to hop on and have a question, just, put it in the comment section. I will go ahead and I will answer it. If you want me to do a reading for you, I will be doing free readings tonight, just because I want to give you an idea of the metaphysical world and, how does it operate. So I can do oracle readings tonight. Oracle readings are basically like guidance from God, guidance from the universe. One of the oracle readings I have here is the archangel readings. So this would be guidance from the different archangels. So if you had a question, then I could see first who your archangel is and what is their guidance for you. I have another deck. It's called Wisdom of the Oracle as well. So these are oracle, and like I said, they're usually just guidance from the universe, from God, from your spirit guides, giving you answers that you're seeking. I have another oracle deck, which is by my lovely friend Crystal. It's called the White Witch Oracle, Message to Awaken the Soul. She is on Etsy, and this also goes in tunes with the different chakras. So these cards are very beautiful. Um, and the next card, so I'll go over the cards. So these are oracle, right? And the oracle cards, there you usually use to get guidance, to get advice from the spiritual realm. Okay. Then we're going to go to the different cards I have here. So this is the Kipper deck. So you can basically ask any question. It's something like tarot cards. It's called it's just a different form, the Kipper deck, and then you have the Lenormand deck as well. And I think I have my tarot cards. I just have to check and see. Yes, Akia, I see you. So if you have a question or want to know something, you can go ahead and ask, and I will get to it. And like I said, tonight will be free readings. I'm just introducing people to the metaphysical world and just giving them more information about it. Thank you for joining, Zakia. All right, so so these are your regular tarot cards. Let me see. Tarot, people pronounce it different. But I'm trying to get it. Okay, here we go. So these are the regular cards that people are used to seeing. So again, when you use these cards, you're just asking a question, and you're depending on the spiritual realm to answer that question. So anybody can do this, you just have to be in tune spiritually. I believe, in my opinion, you have to be in tune spiritually to get answers accurate answers that you're looking for to your questions. Also, I have chakra cards as well. So if you wanted to know more about your chakras, then we can use these chakra wisdom cards as well. And so it's just different, card systems that you can use to get answers to your questions. And as you can see, it's a variety of them. So it's just a personal choice. So these are dealing with cards. You usually, like I said, you're depending on the spiritual realm to answer your question. If you God, your spirit angels, your spirit guides, maybe someone who passed away, you depending on all of them to answer your questions. So what I like to do is, before doing readings, is I like to say a prayer. Sometimes I would light a candle. Sometimes I would do incense just to kind of clean the air, get myself, inside the environment, and to see like what's going on, and just invite the Holy Spirit in, invite God in. I invite my spirit guides. I invite my ancestors that's of good nature and positive nature to come in. You always want to make sure that you say a prayer before and after. I think that just helps open up the space. I think that just helps invite the right entities in, the good entities in, to help guide you, because we all need guidance. And sometimes, it's hard to find that guidance. So these are just some tools that you can use at home. You can use yourself. If you like, oh, I can't do it. Yes, you can. You just get a deck of cards. Each deck, it always comes with a book. So it comes with a book to let you know the meaning of the card. So basic is you just pull cards, and you just, if you feel like you have a strong intuition, a strong gut, you could just pull a card, and the first thing comes to your intuition, and that usually is what the card means. Some people don't even look at the instruction book or the book that tells you the card meaning. Some people don't even look at that. They just trust their intuition and they go with it. And some people who want to learn, they would look at the booklet for the meanings to get the answers to their questions. The secret with doing these type of readings is you always have to make sure you're framing the question in the correct way to get the answer you're looking for. So if you're asking a broad question, you're going to get a broad answer. So you want to ask a specific question. For example, if I ask, when can I expect to buy a house? So that's a broad question because it could be 5 years, 10 years, 3 months. So with that, I will want to put a time frame on it. Like, can I expect to buy a house within the next year? Right. And then that's a yes or no question. So I'm most likely would use the Lenormands because I love Lenormand for yes or no questions because it's direct, it's right away. And so I would usually use this deck to act, and you can pull as many cards as you want. You can pull one card, you can pull 3 cards, you can pull as many as you want. You can spread out the cards like this, and then you can select one card like that. You can select 3 cards, 3 cards. So I have 3 cards, right? So if I can expect to buy a house in the next year, I pull the heart, which is a positive card. So that's a yes. I pull fish, which is a positive card. That's a yes. And I pull anchor, which is a positive card. That's a yes. So yes, I can expect to buy a house within the next year. So now I am in the process of um, going to, I want to buy a house in the next year. So I will report back to see, if I do buy a house within the next year. So I have someone, Zakia, who has a question. Zakia, will I be returning to an old love relationship that being hurt but have grown on my healing journey and my heart seems forgiven? Need direction on my next approach on this new timeline. Okay, so that's a loaded question. Okay. Um, let's see. I have regular guidance for you in that question, but I will ask the cards. So I will ask the cards about, will you be returning to an old love relationship after being hurt? Okay. So I will need the person's name. Or you can just give me the first initial, like the first letter of the person name, and I can ask that way, just because it can be, when you say an old love relationship, how many relationships have you had? So you always want, again, it goes back to what I was saying with the questions. You always want to frame to make the question specific as possible, because you could have had many old loves that you've been hurt by and gotten over. So you just want to, the specifics about that. And if you was at home and asking yourself this question, then it's not something that you have to say out loud. You just think about it. Okay. Usually when I'm doing readings for other people, I ask them as I'm doing the reading to close their eyes, envision that person, envision their question. That way the energies are there and they're surrounding. And so since I have these cards, I will go ahead and ask that question. I will do a 3-card spread for this. So I'm going to break your question down. So let's see. Hi, Towatara. I just showed your cards, your Oracle deck. I was trying to think about your Etsy store. So in the chat, if you can put your Etsy information to your Oracle deck. This is her deck right here. The White Witch Oracle. I definitely recommend this for guidance. And maybe she can put her information in the comment section, and I will make sure to put it in the description box once I post this video. Oh, no problem. Anytime. We have to support one another. All right, Zakia. Let's see. So I'm gonna go to answering your question. Zakia, I just want you to think about the person. I want you to close your eyes. I'm also going to have you get in touch with your intuition and your spirit guides as I do this with you. Right now, I'm feeling some sadness for you. I'm feeling some sadness. Tears are actually starting to come into my eyes. So I feel sadness there. But I want you to close your eyes and I want you to envision yourself with this old love that starts with an A. And I want you to see how you feel as you envision you and him together in a relationship. I want you to pay attention to that feeling. Okay. Okay. I feel nervousness within me. I feel scared, hesitation. And I want you to hold on to those feelings. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards. So I said I was going to pull 3 cards, but when I pulled the first card, 2 cards came out. When I pulled the second card, only 1 card came out. So I usually just leave that because sometimes it wants to give me extra information. So I'm going to pull a third card and I'm just looking at the cards, feeling the energy, seeing which card is calling out to me. And that's how I pick my cards. I have different methods of picking cards, but I'm just doing this way because it's simple. Okay. So let's see. All right. Okay. So it started out good. It's boutique. Flowers, which is like a surprise. The sun, which is good, radiant. So these are positive cards. Then you have a ship, which is neutral. And then you have the whip, which is neutral. And this is also a negative card. Okay. So I would say that, yes, it seems like, so the question that I asked was, will you be in a relationship, back in a relationship with your old love who starts with an A? So what these cards is telling me is that, yes, if you was to, because remember, tarot cards give you the potential. Okay. It gives you the potential of what could happen. So it's not saying that this is a definitely it can happen, because we all have choices, right? We all have choices. I can give you advice. You can choose to follow it, and this is the way it'll play out, or you can choose not to follow the advice. So at the end of the day, it's still your choice. But what the cards show is that, yes, you possibly will get, back together, talk, but there's going to be some rockiness to it. It's going to be like a ship, and a ship, is in the ocean, is in waves, right? So there may be some ups and downs, and it's going to be a lot of repetitive things happening. So the whip is like a back and forth, like a whip. So it goes back and forth and it hurts, So I think yes, and also whip can also mean a sexual meaning as well. So I think yes, but it's not something that's going to last. It's going to be something that's quick. It's going to be repetitive. Things that maybe what you dealt with before is going to come up again. And it may be just like a quick fling, maybe he or you just, want sex or whatever the case may be. So I would say, hey, if you want to open that door, do it. But I seen a quote earlier today that somebody put, if your past come around again, it's just a test to see if you learned your lesson. So I'm gonna leave that with you. Also, when I had you close your eyes and hopefully you did it. Um, the feelings that came up when you closed your eyes and you envisioned him and you together, how did you feel? How did that make you feel? Write that down and really, dig into it. Okay. So that was the first part of your question. Then you said, so you've been hurt and you've grown. So you've grown and you on your healing journey and your heart seems to forgive. Okay. So that's fine. Forgiveness is good. It's good to forgive others, because if not, then it hurt in the long run. We think it hurts the other person, but it doesn't. It really hurts us, because it takes a lot of energy to hold on to hurt. It takes a lot of energy to hold on to hating someone. So it's always good to forgive someone. But what I found in my experience and what I'm finding in my experience is that it's always easy to forgive someone. It's really about forgiving yourself, right? Forgive yourself that you was in that situation. Forgive yourself that you didn't see the things that you thought you should have seen, and you end up beating up yourself. And it's okay to forgive the other person, but you just don't forget, right? So it's okay to say, hey, I forgive you. I may even understand why you did the things that you did, but I'm not going to forget, right? And if this is something that you would want to, you know, go down and see, not follow the cards and say, I still want to just see, what happens and stuff. Let that person prove to you that they are changed. Have they been working on themselves? It's very important that when someone does something to hurt us and they want to come back in our lives, we have to realize, do we see in them that they're working on themselves, that they're admitting to who they are or what they did was wrong? Um, because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. So it's just if that person is working, on themselves. Okay. So I know you said you need direction on your next approach on this new timeline. So I'm guessing it's the timeline with, what you decide to do in that situation. So I'm using another deck called the Kipper deck, and I'm actually going to do a spread this time. So I'm going to do a spread. So for someone who just joined, I'm doing free readings tonight as I go through the different tools in my toolbox, or I want to say my Pandora's box. I'll be, answering questions for free, doing free readings. So if you have a question or, maybe a comment or something, you can go ahead and definitely put it in the chat box and, I'll get to it. Okay. And we'll just talk. Also, while, I'm shuffling these cards, I want to say that we'll be starting, me and my friend Crystal, we'll be doing something like therapy talk, because we both believe that therapy is so important and that is what the world needs. So we're now working on a plan to try to get that together, to try to do YouTube lives, so that we can just talk to people, and go from there, because sometimes we all just need that, talking to. All right, Zakia. So I'm going to do a spread, right? So I'm going to ask the question, if you decide to give that person another chance, how will it look for you and him? Okay, this is a 9-card spread. Um, it's something one of my teachers who taught me tarot showed me. So let's see. All right. So first, I'm going to pull, and I'm explaining because I'm just showing you how simple it is to do these readings. So I'm pulling the men card out, which would be which would show A. Okay. And then I'm looking for the woman card, which would be you. Okay. So, and then the question is, and again, I want you to put that energy out there. Imagine you with him in a relationship. What do you see? Okay. And I'm going to pull 7 cards. Okay. And I'm going to choose the 7 cards just like before. So I'm going to spread all the cards out. All right. And so I just look and see which cards are kind of, giving me the energy, saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. And I'm picking out 7. So I did 3 so far. 4, 5. Sometimes too, I'll just take my hand and kind of go over the cards and to see if I can, feel some type of energy or static with the cards. And close my eyes, because sometimes we get into thinking too much. And when you're doing this, you're not supposed to be in your thinking brain. You're supposed to be doing in your, oh my God, not your logic, but your imaginative side of the brain. 6. And I got to pick one more card. So you're bringing out your creativity when you do this, and you just don't want to overthink. Don't even really want to think. You're just really relying on your gut, your intuition with doing this. Okay. All right. So we got the cards. So now I'm going to, so this 7 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, and then the 2 cards. So now I'm just going to mix these all up. Ooh. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them out in rows of 3. And then I'm going to see the connection between you and him, like how it would play out. Okay. 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 This is interesting. Okay. So it seems that you have hopes and dreams of, making a family, having a family, or having that closeness, right? Because we have I can't really see, but we have you in the middle on top, and then we have him right below you. And right below there is court, right? So that means court, and the court is a decision, right? It's a decision that needs to be made, right? Or decision is going to come up, right? And then on the sides of you, you have hope, big water. So that just means like you're wishful, having hope. And then the other one is living room. So living room is all about like a family, a house, being in a family, being intimate, but not like sexual intimate, but being as one. Then on the sides of him, we have gaining a lot of money here and receiving a gift. Okay. So that shows that is what's on his mind. So I don't know if he gets back with you, if that'll be a way that he will make more money. Because this is what gaining a lot of money means, just like what the card says. But then it's a sneaky way of doing it, because I just realized this and I never noticed this before. But if you see there, that's a rat. right? That's a rat or a possum or something. So it's something sneaky there. And it seems he's into receiving a gift. Okay. And then with the court, right, we have short illness and house. So we have short illness. So this card can mean an illness, a sickness, or it can mean sex. Okay. And then this is house again, family, right? So it seems that, if you guys were to get together, will probably be for sexual reasons and maybe to have like that family unit. But I don't see love in the mix. It just seems that somewhat like a business transaction, just like there for sex and there for the family type of deal. Because you have two family cards, which is living room and house, and you have a living room in the house. So that just shows you is an internal thing. And then you have the hope, big water, but then at the end you have the sickness or sex. So again, it's kind of repeating what the other cards say. So, I mean, if you've been working on yourself and going through your journey, I would just stay on that journey and, just won't, give in or give it any energy, just continue to be forgiven. But don't forget, and um, it seems that you will probably want it because you want, again, the house, the living room shows a family unit. And that's what you want, but just I think doing the exercise of closing your eyes and envision, not what's the word I'm looking for, not looking at what can be, what's the perspective, but look at what it is, what's have already been shown to you. What do you see? If you guys are still communicating, do he show any self-development? Do he show that he's been working on himself? Since you all, been not together, have you been in constant communication with him? Have you all been able to build a friendship? These are the questions that you want to ask when the mind starts to wonder and say, oh, this could possibly work. Well, what have you seen so far? What is the truth? What are the facts? So I hope that helped. So that is what, the cards are showing me for that. So let's give you some advice. Let's use one of the oracle cards for some advice, just general advice. So we're not going to ask about 8 anymore unless you want to, but you want some more in-depth information of what I've already told you, like if it didn't make sense, you know, then let me know. And then we could go over it. But I want to give you some advice. So let's see. I'm going to do the Archangel cards, or let's do the Archangel cards. And so, I'm just doing a general reading right now. I'm just going to ask, like, what is it that, your archangels, your spirit guides, the Holy Spirit, what is it that they want you to know? What message do they want you to leave away with? Okay. Right now, intuitively, psychically, I'm not getting anything. So sometimes I do get, like I did in the beginning when I did your reading, I was starting to get teary-eyed. But right now, I just feel I'm just blank, which is good. So let's see, what's the message for you coming through? Keep going. That's what I'm getting. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep going on your healing journey. That's the message that's coming through. And let's see what do we get. All right. So I'm going to do as before, and I'm going to spread out the cards. Okay, I'm just going to pick one card, and I already think I know the card to pick. So you have Archangel Mary. So Archangel Mary. And it says, open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. So, not sure what that could mean for you, but hopefully it means something good. It means, just have compassion, have love, basically. I do. So this is okay. So, oh, this is perfect. So this is the card, right? So it has on the bottom because again, oracle cards are for guidance. Like when you need, more guidance. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you received it. So when you need guidance, so the guidance here would be to open your heart with compassion and info others in love, right? So that means whatever it means to her when I show her this card. But let's say you wanted more information. You can always go to the book. This is the book for the card. So I'm going to go to the book and I'll look up Archangel Mary. And let's see if it has more information for her. 62. Okay. Archangel Mary, open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. Archangel Mary is the divine counterpart of Archangel Raphael, carrying his feminine aspect. She is a vast universal angel who spreads love, compassion, and healing throughout many universes. She works on several blue rays, and her highest frequency is aquamarine. So if you was into getting stones, let me give you an example. Getting crystals. Where are my crystals? I'll show you. Where are my crystals? Okay, I know I had a crystal. Where did it go? Okay, when I find it, I will show you all because I usually have crystals out. Oh, here we go. So if you were into crystals, good. Oh, you know about crystals. Awesome. Okay. So if you was into crystals, I think this is a quartz. What is this? I can't remember the name of this, but if you was into crystals, this is a crystal. You will get the crystal aquamarine, and I would take aquamarine and I would meditate on that crystal. So you can just take it. You can hold it in your hand. Close your eyes. You can see what energy the crystal is giving you. You can put it somewhere inside of you, and you can just daze off and stare in it. Sometimes you can see reflections, and those are some of the ways that you could kind of meditate with it. You can perfect. And your water bottle. Awesome. So what you can do is maybe take the rose quartz out and put in the aquamarine. I think that would be a great idea. And see what messages you get, what comes to your head. You have to really be in tune to your intuition, because that's how it's going to talk to you. And even when you're out, you may notice people may start having conversations with you because maybe the stone is attracting that energy towards you. So it says on earth, let me finish reading. It says on earth, Archangel Mary radiates unconditional love to open and heal the hearts of the masses. She is helping to bring forward the feminine qualities of love, cooperation, nurturing, empathy, caring, and oneness. This planet has been ruled by the masculine for the past 10,000 years, and the pendulum is now swinging into balance. So Archangel Mary's influence is particularly important at this time. She is attuned to unicorns and often radiates her special energies with theirs for greater impact. Her etheric retreat is above Lourdes in France. This is a card of transcendent love. Your guidance is to open your heart to higher love and oneness. You are being asked to observe the suffering of the world with compassion, but not to become part of it. Rather, ask Archangel Mary to light the flame of love in your heart. Then she can work through you to heal the hearts of those who are ready to let go of the past. Wow. 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 I mean, this is live. This is live. This is live. I'm going to reread that last sentence, because if you play back what her question was, or you read in the chat box, let's reread that. Okay, let's just reread that. Rather, ask Archangel Mary to light the flame of love in your heart. Then she can work through you to heal the hearts of those who are ready to let go of the past. There go your answer. Let go of that old love. Let it go. You can still have the love. You can still have the compassion, but let it go. When your heart blazes with Archangel Mary's fire, she will take you to the cosmic heart to receive a higher frequency of Christ's light. Then your aura will enfold others and bring them comfort and even healing if their soul allows it. Your presence alone will be a balm to many. Your guidance is to be a flame of love. So, what I take from that is you are to show that past love, not to give him another chance, but you're to be kind to him and show him what compassion and love is. I think he doesn't know what compassion and love is. So you're there to not give him a second chance at a relationship, but you're there to show him what compassion and love is. So you're there to still be nice to him, and not meet him with his, whatever it is that he's giving you. Obviously, from reading the card, it's not love and compassion. So you're there to show him that. Man, that's so powerful. I need to snap. Like when you go to the poetry club, I need to snap at that. That was, woof, girl. I will put that aquamarine in my water bottle so it can attract all the love and the compassion, because that new man is out there that will be full of compassion and love. So I will be carrying that aquamarine with me in my pocket and my water bottle. Speak. So that was nice. I love that. So I hope. I mean, wow. I mean, I'm amazed. So I hope that gave you your guidance. I hope it did. All right. So as you can see, that's how the Oracle deck work. All righty. Now I'm going to talk about pendulum. Oh, and I think, do I have some? Oh, I had another crystal in here too. Okay. And I have another tarot deck. Oh, this is what my friend bought me, which is one of my mentors, my teacher. And it's so cute. It's like a little tiny tarot card deck. I don't know if you can see that. This is the Ace of Swords. Oh, which is interesting because swords is communication, intelligence, and it's the beginning. And that's what we're doing. This is basically what I'm doing right now. All right. So giving you knowledge. And then you see it's called Tiny Universal Weight Tarot Cards. So it's for your keychain. So it's really, nice. You could buy this at like any crystal store, metaphysical store that sells tarot cards. All right, so we're going to be done soon. I think this is the last thing I wanted to go over. I'm going to try to do these like once a month or so. So this is a black, I think it's called black onyx crystal. This is a protection. The crystals have different meanings and things that they do. And I know one of the things that this do is protection. It protects and keep away like bad negative energies. Okay, so this is your pendulum. So it's usually a crystal on a chain. It's tangle up here. So let me untangle it. Okay, so there we go. So you usually just want it to do like this, okay? And it can move in directions. So it can move this way, it can move this way, it can move around in a circle this way, and it can move around this way, right? And so basically what the pendulum is doing is you see the weighted crystal here in the bottom. It basically can answer your questions. So usually with this, you just want to ask yes or no questions to get a quick answer. And it takes practice. So if you want to know how you pick them out, what you do is you can go to any crystal store or any metaphysical store, and you just look at them, which one is speaking loud to you, put it in your hand, which one, kind of static your hand or makes you feel good. Like I picked this one because of the purple, and I actually picked it up and I asked it a question and it answered the question right. So you can always test the pendulum out, to see, because sometimes they don't want to, maybe your energy is off or maybe it's not clear or anything like that. So I usually just ask it like, first you want to make sure it's still, right? And you want to make sure you're relaxed, right? And you see how it's moving. So I want to make it still, right? Sometimes you could put a clear quartz crystal to kind of balance it. So you see it's balanced, it's still, right? You can ask the question out loud or you can ask the question, to yourself. So I'm going to, and then you have to pick which direction. So you can say, if it goes this way, this is yes. If it goes this way, this is no. Or you can say, if it goes this way, this is no, which I like it because no. And then if it goes this way is yes. So what you wanted to do is before you start asking real questions, you just want to ask simple questions that you can prove right then and there, right? I usually do like 3 in a row. So I would say, is it true that the time right now is 8:28? Is it true that the time right now is 8:28? And you see, it's going yes. Okay. It's going yes. Okay. And it's kind of moving around now in a circle because right now the time is 8:29. Okay. So if you want to ask another question, you just stop it like this. Okay. My next question. All right. Stop it. Okay. Okay. Still kind of moving. So you just kind of you just have to wait till it stop moving. And you can pick up books to see. They said the left hand is the divination hand, so maybe you want to use your left hand. Okay, so it stopped. Wait. Okay, so it stopped moving. Okay, so still moving. Am I currently doing a YouTube live? Am I currently doing a YouTube? Wow, you see, it's saying yes. Okay, saying yes. If you can see, it's going back and forth. Okay, so now we're going to ask another question. Am I currently at Disney World? Am I currently at Disney World? See, it's saying no. Am I currently at Disney World? So if you see, I asked 3 questions and it gave me 3 accurate answers. So it tells me that maybe, right? Maybe it wants to answer questions for me, right? So what I ask Spirit Guide, Holy Spirit, Universe, Pendulum. You can name your pendulum if you want to. Would you like to answer questions tonight? Would you like to answer questions tonight? Yes. I always like to ask for permission, right? Ask for permission. All right. So it said yes. So let's do a follow up. In the beginning, I asked, well, I'll get a house in the next year, right? Okay. So I'm asking, will I be able to get my 5-bedroom house within the next year? Gave me a yes. It gave me a yes. So it's just that simple. If you want to practice, I usually practice like with a basketball game or like some type of sporting event um on TV because I can know the results like within an hour or so. So I would usually just play around with the pendulum and ask those questions. But I always start with 3 questions just to make sure that the pendulum is giving me accurate results. It could be like, oh, is my name Nikki? You could say your real name, then you could say a fake name. And if it continually give you accurate answers, then it's working. I always ask for permission and I always say thank you at the end. Show gratitude. So that's the pendulum. If you want possibly specific answers with the pendulum, you can get you a pendulum map. So if you see this, so in the middle, you have the different chakras. So maybe a question would be, what chakra do I need to work on, right? And if you put the pendulum there, it'll swing to which chakra you need to work on, okay? Then you can ask, yet a question. Like, and then you see if it gives you rephrase, a no, a maybe, a yes. So you can always use one of these. They also have ones where you have numbers on them, letters on them. And you can just use this just like you see me do here. And it would just swing in a direction that the universal guidance is leading you. Okay. So if you get this where it just continues to go in a circle, just let it be. Okay. Sometimes that just means try again. So that's the pendulum. And last thing I'm going to go through is cleaning. You want to make sure you do regular maintenance of your things, especially when you're doing readings for yourself or you're doing readings for others. You can Google on how to, clean, like, for example, how to, clean your pendulum off. And what you're cleaning off is the energies. So you can put it in a bowl of rice. You can put it in a bowl of salt. You could put it under the moonlight when it's a full moon. You can put it under a full moon. And same thing with your cards. You can put your cards under a full moon and it could get that energy. So that's a good idea as well. You can also do your crystals under a full moon that energize the crystals. So I think, this is a start. I just wanted to let you all know a little bit about my metaphysical journey. I wanted to introduce you to some of the tools. And I just want to say, I'm always depending on God. I'm always depending on the Holy Spirit to guide me and to give me answers. Because sometimes the answers can't always come from a person, and sometimes it's best to seek, your inner guidance and God, sometimes we just need direction in our lives, and these tools are definitely good to help. Okay. So thank you all for joining me. I will try to do this monthly. I hope you all enjoy it. If you're watching a replay or if you're live, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching a replay and you have any questions, please comment below. I'll answer them. Especially if you have any questions about the metaphysical world, or if you have any questions about any of the tools I showed you. Just again, comment below and I'll definitely be able to help you out. Okay. Peace. Sorry, I'm so used to looking at my laptop and I got the camera here. So peace, love, and many blessings. Have a great night.